So, good morning, my friends. This is Lotus Evolution. My name is Mari Abraham, and this is class 4, Grow Your Own Way for June 4th, 2026. As usual, there's no right or wrong way to be in the class. Often these classes are living transmissions. So give yourself permission to move if you need to move. If emotions surface, allow them to surface. You are the river, your emotions are the fish moving through you. We must feel it to heal it or get a sense of it so we can work with it and help it move on or transform it to what it can become as a creative force or a guide or a teacher to provide clarity in our path forward. Yes, no, maybe I changed my mind. All welcome. So if we're doing something in class that feels not right for you, you go ahead and redirect the teaching however you need to. And if it feels really good, just keep diving into it. So go ahead now and begin with the warm up. We're in class 4 now, and so you have an awareness or an idea. I'm going to start saying the word set your field. Set your field, which is us breathing in, opening, amplifying, purifying, clarifying the body temple. Opening the spinal column. Bless you. Using your breath as a modulator to turn things up, turn things down. And then add in the double torus field from yesterday. And then if it feels right for you, you can go ahead with breath and intention, start drawing in any plasma light, any creation force, any vibration or frequency that you need in this moment now to amplify your soul presence. And here you're becoming a generator of your own energy. And when we can generate our own energy, we are a free being. We are a free being. And just keep fully breathing into that, in and out, in and out. As you're really setting the field, set the field. Know that the field you're setting is dynamic and will intuitively shift and change throughout the day in different experiences or people you're communicating with, and places you're going to, or activities you're participating in. So check in throughout the day. Check in on your field throughout the day. If you notice that you're slightly off or out of alignment, or just pause, take a deep breath, and set your field. And it can happen in a matter of seconds or in a single breath. You don't have to go into deep meditation for an hour or for 20 minutes. You might have to, but eventually being able to set our field in this way becomes like breathing. And part of our warm up today is to feel into what we're grateful for, bringing in the practice of gratitude this morning. And the big things we're grateful for, and the small things we are grateful for that we might take for granted. So as your field spins and flows, like sending little thank you notes out, little love notes, thank yous to the clover, to the butterfly, to your hands, to the lake, to the thunder, to your beloveds. So spend a couple breaths just sending your gratitude notes out. I'm still working on that receiving. And notice we're not saying thank you so we can be acknowledged back. We're just simply saying thank you because it's nice to do that, to be grateful. And then scan your field and notice anything that's grateful for you in their life. And see if you can let that gratitude in. And when someone says thank you, can you say you're welcome? And so just try that this morning, receiving a gratitude and then honoring it by saying you're welcome. You're welcome. And when we receive gratitude in this way, it also opens our heart more. So notice how that receptivity allows the heart to open. Sometimes someone will say thank you, and the person will respond, thank you, which is fine, but it's also not receiving the gratitude. It's just, so let it land. The next time someone says thank you, the next time a bird sits on your deck and squiggles at you, acknowledge, receive, and say you're welcome. Because whatever it is that's thanking you is also asking for connection, deeper connection and intimacy in life. And then you'll feel that flow of reciprocity and cyclical nature. So from here, keep your field running as if it is your natural state. We're going to do a body scan here. I'm asking the questions that came up at the end of class yesterday are receptivity. Receptivity. Where have I dulled my senses? Where have I dulled my senses? Where have I dulled my receptivity? And what did I replace it with? What did I replace it with? And so just notice in this moment, just notice. Has there been anything in life happening currently or in the past that I didn't like or didn't want to see or didn't want to hear? And I dulled my receptivity to it. I blurred it out. I muted it slightly. I went into denial or pretended it wasn't happening. And then what did I replace it with instead? What thought, what behavior, what mechanism did I put there instead? So I didn't have to deal with it or face it or hear it or see it or feel it. What did I replace it with? So whatever it is that you've replaced it with, and this can lead to things like addictions and um, escapist behaviors, behavioral patterns, communication, survival codes. And just pick one thing that you replaced it with, because we can have a whole bunch of things, depending how often you've been doing this work. And if you feel on a personal level that you're pretty receptive, go ahead and scan the larger field of your family or your community. Or the human race. And where have we dulled our receptivity? And what did we replace it with? And whatever it is that we replaced it with takes a position of power in our life. The object, the behavior, the substance is then the thing that we go to. And so if you can in this moment, acknowledge whatever that is and say, thank you for being a crutch or for being a place that I thought I needed to go to. But I'm in a position in my life now where I'm ready to be responsible for my own levels of receptivity, to be responsible for the quality of my life. And I don't need you anymore. Or I don't need you to show up in this way for me anymore. Because sometimes it's a person or an animal. And we don't want to be cruel here and be like, that, I was just using you. See ya. But is there a way to have an honorable exchange here? Really, truly thank you for being a scaffold or a crutch or a management system that helped me through this and walked beside me through this. And I'm feeling strong enough now to claim my senses. I trust myself enough now. I trust my body a little bit more. And that is a free being in this universe. I have access to the energy required to face what I need to face, to create the healthy boundaries, and to move forward into a new way of being. And so I thank you for being there for me for those times and those moments. And then find, as you're breathing, feel in your body where you might have any cords, any attachments to this person, this thing. And very gently pull them out. Pull them out. If you have cords going out towards it, bring them back to yourself. We never cut a cord that diminishes energy. We release or we pull out. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And an honorable system might say you're welcome and then leave. And a more challenging one might say, no way, no way. You need me. You totally need me. I'm not going anywhere. And you just wait 6 hours from now, you're going to be looking for me. I'm not going anywhere. Just be curious. Just notice. Am I strong enough to let go of my crutches and management systems now? Sometimes we need to titrate it, which is an incremental release. Especially if we're looking at substances or relationships that can shift our chemical composition. How can I support my liver as I let go of this substance? So we can bring in, I don't know, dandelion root, things like this. But then, of course, we want to be careful whatever it is we're using to titrate out doesn't become the next thing we attach to. So keep acknowledging that free being, self-generating, but knowing in that you are already the universe, we're still connected to all life. And it feeds us. And whatever we're thinking, whatever we're feeling, whatever we're giving our energy to, feeds it back. Feeds it back. And so if we're practicing gratitude and we're feeding the world around us with gratitude, the world around us will send gratitude back. Same goes for if we're feeling angry and resentful and sending that out, then the world around us will send us anger and resentment. The more powerful our emotion, the more powerful the response and the magnetic draw. So whatever it is that we've been using to dull our receptivity, we've been consciously or subconsciously manifesting the challenge over and over and over again to keep us locked into that outsourcing system. And in this moment, we're relinquishing that. So just sometimes easier said than done, I know. But be patient and compassionate to the self. What you think you become. What you think you become. All right, so take a moment then and call in whatever it is, whatever energy it is that you're wanting to radiate out and attract back in. We have to feel worthy enough to receive gratitude and love in our life. Can't just keep sending it out, denying it when it comes flying back towards us. That confuses the universe. It says, this is what you asked for. I didn't understand. This is what you asked for. And then it has this big kind of train crash all around us in our aura. And the energy doesn't know what to do anymore. It's confused. Receptivity. Receptivity. And if we had strong boundaries that we kept up, they turned into barriers and they turned into walls and they turned into blockages. And so do another scan right now too and check in. Do I have any outdated boundaries or walls or barriers that I put up that I forgot to dissolve? And I've changed and grown enough in my life that that doesn't need to be in place anymore. Is there an aspect of a younger version of myself that is still holding or blocking? And those things aren't happening to me anymore, but that part of me still feels afraid or alone. And again, just encourage those aspects. It's okay. You can put that down now. You can put that down now. There's an example coming into the field about a really mean dad and all the barriers that we built in order to manage the system. And then dad's dead. As an example. Are there any outdated energies or people or beings that were cruel or mean or hard that are no longer in your life? Where you've been hiding or scared to come out for fear of whatever consequence that might be. But that person's not there anymore. So just notice if you have any of those. Whew. You're just diving in. Keep breathing. Stay in the body. Find some gentle, subtle movement that's going to help you stay connected to your body as you scan and turn the light on. All this energy, keep transforming. Use your breath. Use the torus field. Set up a plan for yourself to titrate a pattern if you need to, or just let go now. Give yourself permission to have the strength to follow through. Be gentle with yourself if you relapse momentarily. No need to punish yourself and go down the spiral and get dark and attract that. You don't need to do that. Now we're going to move into the sensorium, which is our sense perceptions. So if you need to take a moment just to move as you need to, just give it a little stretch. If there's anything you want to write down, I'll give you a second or a minute here, 30 seconds to write any notes down that you need to. At the same time, stay in your present state. Okay. The sensorium. This is a really beautiful aspect of the human body. This is where, and lots of beings in nature do this, lots of beings in the universe have this ability, and so do we. This is the ability to weave our sense perceptions together into a greater sense, where the eyes can become the ears, and you can see what you're hearing, or you can smell what you're sensing, or you can taste what you smell, or you can feel what you see. And when this happens, all the sense perceptions can merge into one field of sensation, which helps us expand our physical body awareness of its position in nature. This is also where we can begin to cultivate telepathic communications. When we're talking with someone and we can see and feel what they're sharing. See, feel, see, feeling. I call it dolphin language, but there's lots of other beings that can communicate this way. We can actually send feeling pictures to one another as a form of communication. And as you practice the sensorium or cultivating sense perception awareness and allowing them to weave together, we reactivate our ancient way of walking in the world, where I could be tending the fire and my beloved is miles away on the mountain and they need help, like a cougar or something, right? And I can feel it. I can see, feel it from miles away, right? And I can send what I need to send to help support that. Like we're out in the woods and little children out in the woods or in the jungle playing around, and all of a sudden we can feel, see, feel mom calling us, it's time to come home and have some dinner. Sensorium, sensorium. So we'll do a little activity here. So just start breathing into the body and bring your awareness to your hearing. And I know you can hear me, but also ears. And ask this question, what can I hear inside my body? And whatever you hear inside your body, see if you can create a map and see what you're hearing and feel. If there's a place inside the body that is needing some attention, allow your ears to hear what it has to say. And you might not hear it through sound, you might hear it through vision or knowing. And as it's sharing with you what's going on for this part of your body, You can hear, see, feel it. Ask, what do you need? And because you're a self-generating being, create what you need and send it there. To receive our own medicine. And then notice with your see, feel, hearing how it's shifting. Now take a breath and follow your ears 6 inches out of the body, around the body. What do you hear 6 inches around the body? Sound is also vibration. And these first 6 inches, depending on what our body has gone through, because we can really numb our bodies to get through the world. And so as we ask ourselves this question, what am I hearing? Which is the same as what am I feeling? 6 inches around my body. Internally, we're stretching our invisible fascia, our intelligence, 6 inches out of the body and letting that energetic nervous system come online and practice, see, feeling, hear, tasting what's happening 6 inches around the body. Side to side, top to bottom, front to back, underneath, above. And we may have been taught growing up also that you're too sensitive. We're actually designed to be extremely sensitive beings. The subtle energy realms contain a lot of information that supports our creativity, imagination, and intuition. And so if you have dulled the receptivity of your physical body, the skin, how we touch and are touched in the world, how does it feel right now to be feeling again into this area of your body, 6 inches around your body? And we may have built barriers here, protections, managements, crutches, survivals. Shh. So allow now your sense perceptions to infiltrate 6 inches around your body, as if your eyes are stretching out into your aura, as if your ears are expanding out. Safe to feel in this moment, safe to be in my body, and safe to feel what's happening inside and around me. Inside and around me. And depending on what you've gone through in life, again, you might have barriers, you might have blockages here, you might have traumatic memories coming up. You're not in that place anymore right now in this moment. Expanding now, sensorium. What can I hear, see, feel 30 feet around my body? 30 feet around my body. Same thing, there might be moments in your life where things in your environment were happening 30 feet away, anywhere between 30 feet and into the spine, that were really challenging for you to see, to feel, to hear, to smell, to taste. Use your breath, use your torus field, and begin clearing the energy, releasing the barriers. Unless you still need them and you're in that environment, but you can still be feeling them. You don't want to dull to them because we want to be able to use our intuition to get out, to shift, to move. If you have a really clear energy field right now and you feel really great and receptive at that 30-foot line, just saturate the field with good connection and drink it in and then share it with our pod. Some of us are doing this for the first time. And we might have memories coming up of something terrible happening. And so let's hold space. So whatever you're encountering right now, here's a challenge to you. Just feel the supportive field around you holding. Giving and receiving at the same time. Sometimes what we witnessed, we didn't have power to change. And so you might feel powerlessness. But not anymore. Change the echo imprint, because it's an echo. Use your breath and radiate the energy out and through, releasing the echo imprint of where you may have dulled your senses and what you've been using to manage that experience in life so far. So as you're de-energizing that, shifting, transforming it, so too does the power of whatever you were using to manage that also comes undone. And one more time, I'm going to breathe and we're going to expand our energy field and let's go 30 kilometers. 30 kilometers out, 360 degrees. And this is too overwhelming for you. Stay at a smaller size. Zoom. And for whatever reason, as we're doing this work, I'm feeling someone else somewhere who's in an environment with violence or war or suffering. And can we transmit our level of peace that we can find here to others who find themselves in situations currently in this moment now? When we ask for the dove to find its way to that child. And so the sensorium also links us in to the greater intelligence and sense perception of humanity and the experience, collective experience on the earth. But we're practicing it from being on our spine instead of leaving our bodies and going there. We're activating the intelligence of the sensorium to send nature's healing balm to wherever it needs to go in our collective body, just as we did on that first round What am I feeling inside my body? We heal ourselves, and then we can also transmit energy to different locations in the planet through the web of life. Through the web of life. There is an invincibility here in the sensorium that we've touched on earlier in class. Not this one, but perhaps all throughout. The union of life, the greater soul. And we can travel through that just by being in our own bodies and send the medicine that we need to send where. But we must be able to do it inside of ourselves first so we can stabilize. And then we get stronger. And as we grow in our strength, we can grow in our size and our ability to expand and communicate through the sensorium further and further and further. It is like weight lifting. We start inside, and as we get stronger here, we work our own personal experience, and then we work the family field, and then we work our communal field, and then our hemisphere field, and then our global field. And in this class, we've already touched on little layers of each one. And the most important place is to start inside the self, in your own body and being. All right, so just remember that. And one last thing here is your see, feel, hear, tasting, the collective experience, and also your own. Our sense perceptions are a pathway for the divine to enter us. So it also is another pathway for source to come in. And so as we expand our sensorium, we're also giving permission for the universal sacred frequency of the divine, whatever that is to each of us, to flow into us. So it's not just Mari having this experience, it is the divine having this experience through Mari. And so now notice how that feels sitting here and feeling whatever you're feeling and exploring whatever your sensorium is doing right now. That it's not just you, it is also the divine experiencing through you. And now make everything sacred, every experience sacred, every sense, every frequency, every pattern. Make it sacred. Here, all of a sudden, we're practicing non-duality. All of a sudden, it simply becomes the experience of the divine as it moves through our body and being. And as we purify and cleanse and open and heal and bring down our barriers and where we've dulled our receptivity, more of the divine frequency can enter us. And we become an even stronger superconductive force of breath aligned with intention, anchored on the web of creation, which for me is the invincibility of unconditional love that comes from our sacred origin, the place where all life came from. So take a breath into your greater intelligence, which is the divine living through you. And this practice of non-duality, we're going to keep going. You're doing great. Scan your lifetime, scan your ancestral history, scan the planetary history. And notice anywhere where there could be barriers built that expand the frequency of separation or scarcity. What is good, what is bad, what is wrong, what is right, what is just, what is unjust. Look for polarized states of being. Anywhere in your personal life where you have sat and said, that's wrong, that's bad, I'm bad, this is good, because we just practice making everything sacred as an experience that the divine is having through earth, the greater body, the greater being. And so instead of transforming the good or the bad into a thing, is there another body we can cultivate here that is the balanced body? So, for example, the black body, then the white body. And how am I going to heal them? Am I going to make them into one? What if instead they just are? And all of a sudden, we create a third body. And the third body is the balanced body, is the one that can hold space for the black and the white without limiting it or judging it or having to transform it in any way, but to cultivate the third body, the balanced body. And your balanced body knows exactly how much of each thing to take in and to flow and to move around, to stay balanced, to stay harmonized, regardless of the experiences that are happening. If you've been to India before, you know what I mean. If you've been to other places in the world before where you see people in pure bliss states and people in absolute suffering, feet apart from each other, you know what I mean. First, there could be shock, and then there's an acceptance. These are ancient teachings. How do we walk in a world with so much dynamic experience without polarizing or choosing sides? That's your balanced body. That's the divinity within, allowing each thing to take the course that it's taking and at the same time hold space, love, have gratitude for, and making sacred every experience without attachment. It can be challenging, this non-attachment, this non-duality, but it certainly creates a space for us to find our own balance and to accept our own life. Third body. Just breathe into that third body. Let it hold all your other bodies. Imagine the planet also has a balanced body and it knows exactly what it needs to do to restore balance. Can I trust the earth? Can I give permission to the earth to do what it needs to do in order to maintain balance? Can I give myself permission to do what I need to do in order to maintain balanced state? And keep holding the field here, breathing into it. Balanced body with your sensorium active and your field running. We're going to look at 3 words here that are supercharged, that create dissonance or separation in the field, which is an illusion. I'm going to bring up the first word, which is attachment. And so scan your life and ask, what am I attached to? Is it a narrative? Is it an opinion? Is it a place? Is it an object? Is it a relationship? And as soon as we attach, we're limiting the freedom. And then also notice how attachment causes different behaviors in yourself or other humans in your family or in the greater spectrum of humanity. Attachment. Attachment connects to possession. Mine. This is mine. This water is mine. This oil is mine. That drum is mine. That's my dog. This is my car. Possession, possession, desire, object, desire for an object, desire for a partner, desire for peace, um, possession, attachment, possession. And just notice I'm bringing them up. These are actually symptomatic poisons in our human field that can cause a lot of dissonance and polarization, attachment and possession. Attachment, possession. Get that creepy little golem guy from Lord of the Rings. My precious, my precious. It's right? Seriously, though, what behaviors have we witnessed in our own life and in collective life as a whole where that energy comes forward and rips and tears and attacks and pulls and claims and says, mine, 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 mine. No. And only these people are allowed to drink from this clean water. No one else. If you're not from here, you can't drink this water. What? For real? Did the water say that? Did the tree that's throwing shade on the ground say, oh, I'm sorry, you've killed someone, you can't sit in the shade? No. The tree lets everyone sit underneath it. Doesn't matter what they've done. That's the balanced body. That's the intelligence of nature. It's not yours. And then the third one, jealousy, attachment, possession, jealousy. So a quick scan now, jealousy. How has jealousy impacted my life? Where have others been jealous of me? Where have I been jealous of others? Where do I feel like it's not fair that they get that and I should do whatever I can so they don't have that anymore? Or I'm envious. Envy is a cousin of jealousy. And then that also generates a poison. And eventually that poison actually ends up poisoning ourselves. We end up poisoning ourselves. We come into it frequently. I don't know why people see me as a threat. It doesn't make sense to me. Does it make sense to you? Is it okay that someone is successful or happy? Do you need to be jealous of somebody else's success in life? But you can see how the media or you can see how the overculture would like humanity to continue buying into attachment, possession, and jealousy. Because when we're distracted and chaotic, We're easier to control. And no, I refuse. I'm a free being. Help me relinquish my attachments, my possessions, and jealousy. And if there's jealousy flowing towards me, please just let it go by without hurting. Please help me pray for the others who feel jealous or are sending that energy towards me because they're coming from a place of hurt and a sense of lack. And it has nothing to do with me. It has to do with the collective wounding that's been imprinted over and over and over again and created a system. It's not about that person either. Can you see what's behind it? Can you see the wounding behind it? So don't take it personally. Don't take it personally. See the bigger picture, understand the larger system and why it's in place, and refuse to let it control your life. Refuse to allow it to set up more barriers or dull your receptivity or your sense perceptions or buy the other thing that could be the thing that helps you. And then all of a sudden you have a substance that you got to clear out of your body and being. Okay. We're cutting a fine line. We're cutting it real close today, my friends. I love this. Okay, keep breathing here. Keep holding that. Can I pray for humanity? Can I pray? Can I pray? Whatever pray is to you, I mean, that could just be like really emotionally charged energy field, sending it out. I'm going with that like 45 seconds. Domain. I'm drawing a little picture. I'll review it again tomorrow. But this is your domain, and everything within it belongs to you, and you have control over, for example, how you do your hair. Okay, your hair. Your dreams are yours. Dreams. I'm writing upside down. Your values are yours. Your values, your emotions, your opinions, your self-expression, your creativity. This is all that belongs to you and nobody else. That belongs to you and nobody else. And we're going to imagine that everybody else also has their own domain. So anytime you point a finger and you're like, yeah, my mom pisses me off, you're letting your mom piss you off. Your mom's not actually pissing you off. You're letting her. You're creating a little hole here in your domain. You're going, you're actually giving your mom power to piss you off. You don't have to do that. That's the domain. We will review it a little bit more tomorrow. So right now in this moment, I know it's 7 o'clock. We're gonna go for 2 more minutes. If you need to go, I love you, bless you, finish the recording. Next, take a nice deep breath into your body, release all the information that's been coming up collectively, and go back to setting your field. Spin the toroid. Yep. Everything that came up. You're already divine, you're already whole. Clear it. Balanced body, harmonic state. Claim your domain as a human being, so access your humanity. Bring your awareness now to your heart temple. Travel inside your heart. Keep traveling inside your heart to the center of your heart, to the core of your heart. And imagine here at the heart of your heart a beautiful beehive. See the queen. See the workers. You are in this moment the divine. And we're going to double Taurus the bees and let the bees fly out into your life and harvest every experience you've ever had. The good, the bad, the beautiful, the ugly. No separation, no judging what's better, what's worse. In balance and harmonic, send out your bees and let them harvest every experience of your life. And then fly them back into your heart and turn it into honey. Turn it into liquid gold and let your life be a sacred offering back to the world. Back to the world. Make it sacred. Beautiful, beautiful. Make it sacred. Yes. Now take a deep breath of courage and send the bees out again into your family, into your ancestors, into the future descendants. Time doesn't exist. And harvest all the experiences they've ever had. Every single one of them. Harvest, harvest, harvest. Doesn't matter. Harvest it. Bring it back in to the heart of your heart. Bring it back to the hive. Turn it into honey. Make it sacred. Make it sacred, make it sacred, make it sacred. Send it back out again. One more round, expanding out to the global experience. Millions of bees flying out, millions of bees flying in at the same time. Harvesting the experience of this earth throughout all time and history, from the moment of its creation until the moment that it no longer exists. And become now the hive. Your whole body now becomes the hive at the center of your heart. Your whole body is the hive. Every sense perception you have, every cell in your body. Bring all of creation into being through you, Sacred One. Turn it into liquid gold and send it back out again as an offering of gratitude. Bring your breath now to your heart space. Bless this heart. Thank you, heart, for being here so I can feel all this. So I can feel all this. All life is sacred. All life is sacred.